Now, Ken, there are a couple of other pieces of news that have, again, as you say, would have been huge news in any other week but this. But let's go through them very quickly. The first one is Michael Flynn, who we learned as National Security Advisor vetoed an anti-ISIS operation that Turkey opposed while he was being secretly paid by Turkey, payments he never disclosed to the White House, and is partly why he's now under investigation?
It is unbelievable. I mean, that is such an earth-shattering revelation. And the timeline here is critical. Shortly after the election, Flynn was informed by the Justice Department that he was being investigated for his lobbying practices and failing to disclose that he was acting on behalf of a foreign country. Essentially, he was an unregistered agent of a foreign power. He told the Trump transition that in early January.
Guys, this might be a problem. I want you to know, might be a problem.
Under criminal investigation for being an unregistered agent of a foreign power. Just wrap your head around that for a second. Then what happened is that as the Obama administration was nearing its close, they had concluded that the best way to move on the capital of the Islamic State, Raqqa, was to use the Syrian Kurdish forces, the best fighting force we have right now on the ground in Syria, as the vehicle to be the forward tip of the spear against ISIS in Raqqa. And Flynn vetoed that. He said no. At the time, the Obama administration did not know that Flynn was being paid by the Turks. The Turks do not want the Syrian Kurds or any Kurds to gain ground in Syria. It is they have a long-running conflict with their own Kurdish population, and of course don't want a stronger Kurdish army in Syria. Now, that in and of itself is incredible. Then we learn after Flynn got fired, the Trump administration approved the plan. So the timeline is Flynn investigated for being an unregistered agent of a foreign power, Turkey. He tells the Trump administration. The Trump administration does nothing about it. The Trump transition is like, that's fine. We're going to have an unregistered agent of a foreign power as our national security advisor.
What could go wrong?
He's making a decision that clearly benefits his foreign power, Turkey, while he had not disclosed this to anyone else other than the Trump transition. The Obama administration takes his word. They hold and they delay this operation 4 months before they do it. Flynn's fired. The national security bureaucracy that's been put in place by the Trump administration then does approve the plan, and that's happening now. Just unbelievable.